The Wellness Show, episode number 374.
Welcome to The Wellness Show, a podcast on health and wealth. I'm your host, Tyson Bannigan, the founder of the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy. Join me as we get the latest insight, tips, and strategies from wellness providers, coaches, and successful, heart-centered entrepreneurs, and much, much more.
Good morning, Tyson.
Good morning. Welcome to The Wellness Show on health, wealth, and enlightenment. And we're live, hopefully, on Facebook and on YouTube. Working with new technology, which is always interesting. And thank you, Michael, in the back end for making this all happen. We're with you for the next hour. You can phone in toll free in North America, 1-866-369-7464. It will be on the screen below where we're talking. Come and ask us anything about dowsing, energy healing, to receive a clearing, or to help us get you out of your own way. Ask questions about what's up in your life or what's up on planet Earth. And today, we're going to be talking about what, Laura?
We will be talking about mindful meditation, toning, and chanting.
Mindful meditation, toning, and chanting. Now, I know at the get-go that Debbie, her husband just had a heart attack, and so she would like to have a clearing. So right out of the gate, we're going to do that, okay? Yeah. So without further ado, welcome everybody to the show. Great appreciated. So let's do a clearing for everybody on the call or listening to the call. This will be a general healing call for everybody, okay? So if you got your pendulum, then get it ready. And if you have a finger, which everybody does have a finger, use your index finger and rotate it counterclockwise. Okay, we've got to clear what we no longer want. Okay, so we go like this. I, Tyson Bannigan, in my I am presence, on behalf of everybody on this call or listening to this call, clear any and all non-beneficial energies from any and all sources that are maybe obstructing one's vibrant health. And we undertake this clearing throughout the multidimensional levels of reality, throughout all time, space, and dimensions, both known or unknown, and through the matriarchal, patriarchal lineages, soul family, star family, and family of origin. We'll clear all timelines all the way back to creation. Okay? All the way back to the beginning of creation. And what else do we need to do, Laura? Did we get anybody and everything and all the little ins and outs? I think so.
Well, you went all the way back. That's good.
Yeah, we went all the way back since the moment of creation, okay? All the way forward through all time, present, past, and future. And I declare it so in my holy name. I declare it so be it. It is done. Thank you. Okay, I think Laura was spinning her pendulum. I do it sometimes. I'm focusing on what I do. I don't spin my pendulum anymore because I've done it so often. It's not that necessary for me to do it. Having said that, I'll just tune in and see how we're doing here with the clearing, because sometimes it takes a little longer. So we're about at 75%, so we'll just let it do a little bit more clearing. We're about 80 now, and we're going to 90. Okay, we're done. Okay, great. All right, so when we finish doing a clearing, we want to do an installation, and that's what the class today is all about, is what sort of things can we do to install? So I personally, I really like the I am statements, because when you say I am one, I am with God, or I am God incarnate, or I am one with source consciousness. When you say I am, that's you in declaration, making an invocation with the power of God, right? So in the beginning was the Word, and what the Word was with God. So it's your way of bringing God consciousness through onto the physical plane, which, by the way, is our responsibility. That's why we incarnated, was to do this work, to bring light unto the world. We are the pillars of light. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that bring the transformation and change onto this planet. So when you invoke with your I am present statements, and we have 101 of them to start with, then you are manifesting into reality what it is that you do want. So first you clear what you don't want, it comes to 0 point. So you're collapsing the field into infinite possibility. And in that moment, there's no past, present, and future. There's only the eternal now. And in that eternal now, you have all possibilities. And so into that void, into that womb of creation, we talked about the divine feminine. This is the divine feminine, the womb. Into the womb, the seed, which is the word of God, is set into the womb and is manifest into reality. That's the sacred divine marriage, okay? And so you say, I'm in my I am presence, I hereby declare I'm a sovereign human being. I'm vibrant and healthy. I'm in the right place at the right time. I have crystal clear guidance. And whatever it is that you want to state, and I declare it so be it, it is done. Thank you. That's the I am declarations. We'll be going through 101 of those at 10 o'clock today. And come on and join us. It's 250-803-2480, the same as my cell phone to come in on Zoom. Okay, so I'm opening the class for anybody and everybody. It's a freebie. Let's just do that. Get you in there and teach you how to do the I am presence, how to make declarations. Let's get you from where you are to where you want to be. Let's get this into a better, more harmonious, bright planet. I'm all for that. What about you, Laura?
I'm all for that.
I'm all for that. I'm in. All right, so here we are. Hopefully we're doing all right in broadcasting. If anybody can give us any messages about whether we're actually live on Facebook or YouTube.
We are.
So welcome everybody, and don't forget you can phone in toll free. We'd love your questions. The tougher the better. Okay, so yes, so don't forget a number of courses are open. I've just made the distant healing certification into a 3-month course, right? And you can come in at $333 US for 3 months, or you can do a 6-month payment plan at $160 a month. So there's 2 ways you can join us. It's the beginning of the Master Dowsing and Energy Healing Certification course. So you can take that course and join us. And if you like what's happening, you can say, hey, I want to continue on and join us in the Dowsing and Energy Healing. So we'll be going back through the distant healing certification course for those that are new people that have joined us in the master class in Dowsing and Energy Healing. So I'm excited about that. We've got the manual. I think it's 180 odd pages from the Master Dowser, John Living.
Today we're talking about quantum leaping, right? Quantum leaps, right?
No, we're not talking about quantum leaping today. We could talk about quantum leaps, but I thought we were going to be talking about toning and chanting and meditation.
Oh, I'm sorry. In our class, honey, not between you and I today.
I don't know. You are quantum jumping right now. Where are you quantum jumping to?
Because you were just talking about the Master Dowsing Energy Healing class.
Yeah.
And today, I just want to let people know what Tyson's going to bring to the table is about quantum jumping.
Well, we may have a guest speaker today.
Oh, well, Tony and I talked this morning, and we were under the understanding.
Well, you never know what Tyson has up his sleeve.
This is true.
I've got a surprise. She may or may not be able to join us.
Okay.
And if she does, she's going to teach us how to get through duality.
Okay. Perfect.
So I'm pretty excited about that. So it depends on her own personal energy. And if she does show up, then we're going to do the quantum jumping. And thank you for reminding, because I couldn't remember what I said I was going to do. So, yeah. So
always here to help you, honey.
I know. So thank goodness for that, because I thought, I have to listen to the last of that call because I can't even remember what I said I was going to teach. But that's okay. So today, let's get back to today. So today is all about chanting and toning and meditation, mindful meditation.
Meditation, yeah.
So where would you like to start, Laura?
Well, I'm a big meditator. I love meditating, but sometimes while I'm meditating, I'll get the overwhelming feeling to start chanting or toning. And I think we probably should start from the beginning and tell our viewers what chanting and toning is. I believe that everyone has a good grasp on what meditation is. But I'm going to go over, I can run over that real quick. My viewpoint on it is that for male energy, meditation is going into a space of nothingness, of clarity. And for a female, it's going into a space of visualization. And in toning, toning is taking like one or two different or a
Well,
series
let's
of
do that. Let's just do it. Let's just do that first one. Okay.
one
Yeah. Let's just. We need to talk about it and do it. So okay. So let's just do it. Okay, you ready? Take it away. Hey, Michael, you can join us. Michael's really good at this stuff. So. Take it away. Okay. Oh. Take a breath.
That was nice. Thank you.
One more. There you are. There's a little bit of Om with some overtones.
That was fun. That was kind of like one of those long
Didgeridoos.
Didgeridoos. Those are my favorite.
That's right.
I love them.
Yeah, I have a friend in Sedona when I was at the Crystal Skull Conference, and he would walk up behind you when you weren't knowing, sitting, and you see that you're all like, sort of like that, and he'd play it on your spine and go, ooh, and you just like start to vibrate. Really, really amazing. And Michael, who's doing the back end here, we do over breakfast, we chant for food, and we chant, woo. So I don't know, Michael, if you can join us anyway. That's our grace.
Holy Lord. I don't know what that was, but that was kind of scary for a minute.
That's love. Love is all you need.
So, and then chanting is more about taking like some padium or whatever.
Okay, well, let's do it. Okay, you ready? I'll do it. Okay, see if I can do this.
Okay,
I'm gonna try because it's been a while. So I may get off key and get back on. So let me try. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There you are.
that was very nice. That was very nice. What I love about chanting and toning is that it really makes the body and the Merkaba or the energy field around you just light and airy, kind of like skipping when you were a kid or doing cartwheels. It kind of makes you feel free and like weightless, and I just love it. Thank you. That was beautiful.
And when you do it in a group, it's even more powerful. So we'll do one more. See if we can do this one great. Okay, I haven't done this for a while. So here goes.
Okay.
Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme. Padme. Om Mani Padme. Om Mani Padme. I can't get it right. So Om means I invoke the path of experience of universality. And Mani is the jewel or the luminosity of my immortal mind, or the Buddha in the center of the lotus. And Padme be the unfoldment within the depths of the lotus center of my awakened consciousness. And Hum is to be wafted by the ecstasy of breaking through all the bonds and horizons. So Om Mani Padme is really a Tibetan chant. And when you go into the temple and they're chanting this, it's like I've been there. Like it's like coming home. Like I don't know how many probably lifetimes I did that. So I don't know if I can get it right. Let me try one more time. Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Om Mani Padme, Mani Padme, Om. And then there's Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Everybody join. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
I don't know
Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Thank you. So that's what toning and chanting is about. And then meditation, of course, I would assume that all of you have. Even prayer is a form of meditation. So if you haven't meditated exactly, but I don't know very many people who don't know how to pray. So I believe that prayer is talking to God and thanking God and thankful, grateful, and appreciative. And then meditation is listening to God and bringing it back in. So that's my take on meditation and prayer.
Well, let's just do a little one, okay?
Little one what?
Well, I'm just going to go through this. It's called Instructions for Meditation. So use your own technique to bring you to a relaxed state of consciousness, which is to go into the stillness of your heart, to go to that quiet place inside of yourself where you feel whole, safe, and sound and complete. And then you state your intention to use this meditation as a tool to shift the planet or yourself into the most optimal timeline, and it's a tool to completely remove whatever it is that you need to remove. It could be the coronavirus, for example, right? And then you visualize it. So this is like using meditation to accomplish something, which is, I was interested what you said. There's a male perspective to meditation, or there's a method of doing that, and there's a female. So it was like what we were talking about in the sacred marriage. The male has the intention or the seed of creation, and the female is a vessel for receiving that, the incubation or the womb, to manifest it into reality. So if you're doing it on your own, it's really that spiritual marriage between the masculine and the feminine. You're creating this explosion of creation inside of yourself to manifest something into reality. If you're doing it with a partner, or if Laura and I wanted to do it, I would be doing the masculine role, she would be doing the feminine role, and in that incubation we'd have the double power where two or more are gathered. There's a third to manifest into reality. So meditation is the ability to get into that sacred zone where creation and manifestation occur. So we're talking about prosperity, we're talking about sacred marriage, we're talking about invoking into the world. So it's the same as what we're going to be talking about on this class, which is the I am presence. When you are in your I am presence, you're going into that cave in your heart and then stating, and you're manifesting into reality in the incubation of the womb what it is you want to manifest into the world. Powerful stuff, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I just got a text. So for a clearing. So but I want to finish this thought. So for me, like when we are in our healing group with all of our people inside the circle, and
Right.
I will
You're talking about the group healing.
yep,
Is that right?
right, and you're leading the meditation. My job, I feel, is to hold space. So I open up universal energy completely. I open circle, right? That's what I believe men do in their minds while they meditate, and why meditating with your partner would be so powerful.
Yeah, that's the womb, right, that you're talking about, the divine feminine.
Right? Men will can open up that holding space, and then the woman will come in with the visuals. It's almost like can be like a movie where we get understanding on a visual, in a visual sense, or in symbols or signs, or journeying or whatnot. And not saying that man can't do that and women can't hold space and man can't visualize. I'm not saying that. I'm saying masculine and feminine energy. So on an energy force, like when a person comes to me and says, I'll tap into their child, I'll say, is your child male? Because it seems to have a lot of male energy. But that doesn't mean that it's male. It could be a female in the physical, but have a lot of male energy. So that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about like all men do this and all women do this and there's no blah, blah, blah. We're talking about energetics now. We could
really to put it into positive, negative if we wanted to,
yes,
rather than put sexuality on it.
Right, exactly. But more of like the divine feminine is more nurturing and soft and loving and encompassing, and the male energy is more over like protective and watchful of around and also filling the space, right? So
yeah,
you have,
well, maybe I could explain it in a slightly different way, but I do love what you're saying. So let's take it back to the deep clearing protocol. So, if you have an intention and it doesn't manifest, you think, oh, this doesn't work. But the reason it isn't working because you haven't created a womb, you haven't created an incubator, you haven't created a safe zone, you haven't stilled your mind. You're still have a monkey mind, which is very, very busy. We all have busy minds, right? And your busy mind is telling you all this stuff and wanting you to create all this or to follow this belief. So that is being manifested on automatic pilot. This chaos in your head is manifesting in the chaos into your life. So the purpose of the deep clearing protocol is to calm that, is to clear that away so that you can find that this is your mind over here telling you what to do, and over here is your source consciousness, your correct connection to the divine. And in that stillness is the womb, right? Is the womb of all possibilities. So now that you have the womb ready to receive the seed, which is the spoken word, which is the word of God, when you say, in my I am presence, I invoke, that is the seed that goes into the womb and manifests creation. Absolutely. So as above, so below, right? And this is the way it works on all the different levels of creation. There has to be a womb of silence and tranquility, of safety and protection. The woman or the divine feminine has to feel protected and taken care of, whether it's inside of yourself or whether it's your divine partner or whether it's divine mother or whether it's Mother Gaia, right? They have to feel safe, right? Then the seed, the word, the command, in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God. And when it's spoken, manifestation can and must and will occur. But it takes those two. It needs that seed, like the pistil and the flower, right? The flower is the womb, and the pistil is the seed that is then creates new life. So there you are.
Just
We're back to the sacred marriage again.
Just like the vagina and the penis, the vagina is open and the penis fills the opening. Exactly. So it's, when you think of it this way, everything that God created was done intentionally and with purpose, as is our meditations, our toning, our chanting, making love, being, eating, exercising, being mindful. And mindful meditation is the practice to clear or to slow down the monkey brain and allow God to then flow through, so then you can have an intention of your life.
That's right. And then you can manifest more clearly and love you more dearly day by day. I mean, it just allows everything to blossom at its right time in its right place, and life becomes less effort. It becomes effortless because you're not trying to make something happen. Your mind wants to make something happen. In the divine flow, there's nothing that needs to happen because it's already happening. I mean, you just have to get out of the way and watch it happen. Says he who wants to get in there. Yes, but I'd like it to show up in pink and purple, please, or I'd like it to happen for here, or it's not, it's your sort of, that's the monkey mind saying, oh, I want this, I want that, whatever. Just shut up. Just shut up inside yourself if you possibly can. Go to that still point inside of yourself in the mindful meditations. Even if it's for a microsecond, it will help, kick you out of that craziness. And in that way of that stillness is where the birth happens. So when people come to us wanting help, that's usually their mind. It's just driving them nuts, right? They're absolutely going crazy by their own mind. They're having things are going bump in the night. There's things scary in their dreams. There's people talking in their head. There's so much going on. It's just and they're overwhelmed by a mind that won't shut up. So getting your mind to be still in mindful meditation, even if it's once in a while, helps you then be able to breathe and gets you out of hyperventilating mode, right? I mean, what do they do if you go to the hospital and you're hyperventilating? They give you a bag and you breathe into it to slow you down, right? So you're breathing, which calms you down, and now you're into mindful meditation. Same process. Hyperventilation is and that's generally how we operate. And with COVID-19 and the pandemic, most people are operating up here, right? No. Scary.
We have a hand raised here.
All right.
Matthew, do you want to turn him on?
I can turn Matthew on, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let me find Matthew. Okay, Matt, there you are. You're allowed to talk. So much power. You have to turn your mic on, though, Matt.
Hello.
There he is. Hello, Matt.
On Tuesday, I took a fall at work and I'm concussed. And Laura's helped me some this week. And it's just not getting any better. I've been to the doctor. Nothing's working. And this morning is horrible. And I can't even get out of bed.
So what's up? So maybe Laura, you can help us. What have you guys been working on?
So I did Harold on him. Harold said his brain's got scrambled.
Yeah.
But he has this intense headache. I feel like there's a lot of pressure back here that was built up.
So he bumped his head, right? Just so people know that are listening to the call, right?
He also got whiplash, which I didn't realize at the time. And
right.
Worked on his back, but there's certain things that I think that you as a male can talk to him from male on male that he's not getting because it's an energetic thing of it's like stopping himself from understanding why this happened. And so this is the deeper work that God's asking him to do that I don't feel like he's understanding. That makes sense. Like everything happens for a reason, right? You and I understand that. So if I trip and I hurt my toe, I go, okay, God, what is it? What am I missing? What's going on? Why did that just happen? And then I'll contemplate it and figure it out and then slow down or whatever it is that I need to do, right? And I think that God has slowed him down and put him into bed for a couple days to try and figure out what it is that's going on, what he needs to fix in his life, or what he needs to focus on, not fix, but focus on more. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think it does make sense. So I know for me, when I get into trouble physically, it's because I'm not in my body. So there's something that, some sort of trauma or something has caused me to space out and not be fully in my body, especially in a work environment, and then I hurt myself, which pushes me back into my body. So I don't know what happened to you, Matt, in the sense of what was going on prior to the accident, but there was something, some sort of trauma or some sort of worry or something going on. Maybe it was with your loved ones that caused you not to be fully present in the moment, and therefore the accident happened. So, or it can be, but I think that's what happened to you. Other things that can happen for me, and I'll just talk as a male, is if I get into my ego. If I get into my ego, for example, I fell off a cliff. Why did I fall off a cliff? Because I climbing a cliff to try and get up to the top faster than somebody else because I wanted to show him what for, because I was pissed at him because in another way he was manipulating me. So I thought if I could outmaneuver him and show him what for. And as I fell backwards off the cliffs, I went, oh, and I swore at myself all the way down because I knew how stupid I was, right? That I was in my ego. I was in my monkey mind. I let myself do something that I knew better, right? And I've climbed many, many mountains and have been very, very precarious positions and be able to be safe. But this time I was in my ego, and that was not a safe place to be. So that's, for me, from my male perspective, those are two things, is what, if I'm busy thinking about something else or someone I love and I'm obsessing over it, I'm not in my body, and in a work environment, which is very dangerous, I can hurt myself. Or I'm in my ego and I'm trying to prove something and I'm sticking to the guns even when I know better. I'm not listening to my guidance and I get clobbered. So those are the things from a male perspective. So I don't know what was going on with you, but those are two things you might want to look at.
You hit both of them on the head, right, Matt?
Yep.
Yeah. So
let's clear that. Even if we didn't know what it is, we can clear it. So it goes something like this. So I, Tyson Bannigan, on behalf of everybody on this call, and particularly with Matt Jones, clearing in all belief systems that are coming from my human mind consciousness that I need to follow and be abiding by whatever's coming into my brain. And I free myself from the need to listen to my brain and act on my brain and be in servitude to my brain, which doesn't know what I need to do in any way that's responsible for my health, wealth, and well-being. I therefore rescind any messages from my brain that do not have my own survival in the moment at hand as its intention. So if my brain does not have the intention of the most benevolent outcome for me and everybody around me, then I no longer will listen to my brain. Okay? I now clear any trauma, unresolved conflict, toxic emotions from any and all sources that make me believe that I need to listen to my brain, right? And I undertake this clearing throughout the multidimensional levels of reality and throughout all time, space, and dimensions, both known or unknown. I clear it through my matriarchal, patriarchal lineages, soul family, star family, and family of origin. And I hereby declare I'm a sovereign human being, and I listen to my guidance. I'm directed by my guidance. I'm one with source consciousness, always have been, and always will be. And if it doesn't come clearly from source, then it's not something I need to pay attention to. And I declare it so in my holy name, so be it. It is done. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that's the schism that we all have, right? This is the biggest lesson on planet Earth, is that we get lost in this polarity and think that we have to listen to a monkey mind that only can make a decision between black or white or yes or no. It's caught in having to make a decision one way or the other. And the real truth of it is that it's neither black nor white. It's in the middle. It's in that sacred zone of solitude between light and dark. There's no choice that it needs to be. And in that solitude, when you're quiet, then the voice of God can come through, or your higher self, or guidance. And that's what you want. So that's what you're being taught, I think, and what you're learning. So Matt, the difficult thing is once you understand that what you do is you can't go back. You can't say, hey, well, wait a minute, I don't want to know all this stuff. This is really too much. Just put me back to where I was. Can we rewind that tape. I don't like this, way too much information. And the answer is no. Once you know, you know. You can't backpedal on this, right? You can only go forward.
I can't cannot express that enough when I talk to people about, okay, now we're going on a spiritual journey, but better put that seatbelt on because you ain't going back.
Yeah. There's no reverse in this car.
There's not.
No.
There's not.
So hopefully that helps. Let me just do a little tuning in for you with some Herald energy and see if we can calm things down here. So just give me a sec. Go in there and see what we can do. Yeah, I get your neck muscles are all like they're like my neck muscles. They're just like bows on a violin string. They're just highly strung. So I'm just gonna take the knobs on the violin strings and I'm just gonna loosen them up a bit. And I'm going to relax those muscles, and we'll put some healing balm on that whole area to relax the muscles so that they can begin to relax. I think the brain is doing what it needs to do to heal, so not to worry about that. I think the stress, the pressures in the back of the neck and in the muscles of the neck and in the shoulders are what I'm getting. So I'm just going to try and loosen all that. So I'm going to tune in with the pendulum in here and see how's it going here. So with 100% being clear, where are we now? We're at about 50. So I'm going to keep working on it. It's going to about 75. It's clearing rather fast now. So 100. So I would really encourage you to immediately get off this call, lie down. First of all, before you do, I want you to take a glass of water. I want you to bless it with 995 and say, when I drink this glass of water, I'm de-stressing my body at this level of every cell in my. When I drink this water, I'm releasing tension and stress from every cell of my body. Okay, and I declare it so be it is done. Then drink the water, and then I want you for 15 minutes just to lie down and just let this energy pass through you as you relax. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for showing up.
Thank you.
All right. Bye for now. All right. So anybody else want to put their hand up and step forward? Feel free. And don't forget, you can phone in toll free in North America. It's 1-866-369-7464. And of course, you can come in internationally. Nobody's done that for a while, but you can do that. Use the What app on your iPhone or on your Google phone or your Android phone or whatever the word is for it. I think it's Android phone. And it would be my cell phone. It would be 1 for Canada, 250-803-2480 to come in that way and ask us some questions. And of course, for you that are on Zoom, you can type them in and ask a question that way, or you can raise your hand like Matt did, and we'll bring you on, and you can speak your question to us. So everybody's pretty quiet out there.
No, I got some stuff.
You got some stuff. Okay.
Darlene Turner is giving, Crystal Clear is telling Matt Jones that Darlene Turner could help him with self-massage. And Darlene, I agree. It'd probably help him stay in his body.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Debbie Summers says the movie The Healing that Tyson talked about that everyone should see will be on Netflix starting on Monday. So
thank you. Yeah, please see that.
Everyone to know that. So that was good. Thank you, Debbie, for that information. We appreciate it. So thank you also for your male perspective on that. I appreciate it. And so will he. So thank you. Very nice. And back to mindful meditation.
Mindful meditation.
Mindful
meditation. I'm pretty busy with my meditation now because I like to marry on Divine Mother energies because they're so delicious, right? So, but solitude is good. Solitude is really good. The thing I like about solitude is, and I haven't done this for quite a while, is just to go into nature and do it, right? And the goal in nature is to go find a tree or a quiet place and then just meditate and be there and watch the animals come to you. It's just amazing, right? Anastasia talks about this, and she was a mystic that lived in the taiga forest in Russia, and the animals fed her.
Do you have the books?
The animals fed her.
You have the books there?
It's in the other room. There's 6 series for.
Yeah.
It's called the Ringing Cedars.
The Ringing Cedars.
Yeah, and the beauty of this is that the animals would feed her. Like the bear would come and be like her blanket, and she'd sleep with the bear, right, for warmth. And squirrels would bring her nuts to feed her, and that's what it is to live in harmony with nature. But you will know that you're in mindful meditation when the animals see you as not a threat and approach you in the wilderness. And I was up at James's place the other day. He's our neighbor, and he said, "Oh, around this time the deer will come down to feed." So there was 3 deer that came down, and they were about, like, I don't know, 50 feet away, maybe 30 feet, maybe as close as 20 at some point. They just, they feel your energy, and they're not concerned. They're not running away. And I meet them on the walk, and I'm very close to them, because they have no fear whatsoever. They read your energy field, is what I'm trying to say. Whether it's and it's interesting because, not the ego particularly well. Oh, here comes Sarah. So here's the Ringing series. Thank you, Sarah, of Russia.
Sarah?
Hello.
So here you can see that I like this book, or we like this book, because of the amount of tags in it, right?
Hi, Sarah. We never get to see Sarah. Come on in, Sarah. Say hi.
Hi.
There she goes.
Where am I? I'm never going to get my way around here.
There you are.
I have my hair cut, so I don't know myself anymore.
Oh, it's beautiful. Thank you so much for listening for my request. I appreciate this. Is beautiful, beautiful book series, and I want all these people to hear it.
You can see it.
I just heard it through the door, I thought, oh, that sounds familiar. That's book number 2, that one.
Yeah. So this one is called The Ringing Cedars of Russia, and it's by Vladimir Megre, Megre. And then there's, I don't know, there's 6 or 7. And then there's the Ringing Cedars catalog online. You can now Google it. They have a new website, and you can order. The Ringing Cedars is about the fact that the cedar at a certain life span will actually catch on fire with the divine spirit. You could give that to Darlene.
Thank you, Sarah, again. It was nice seeing you. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, good.
It's nice to see her every once in a while,
Yeah. So the Ringing Cedars will catch on fire. And when I was doing a walkabout and doing a mapping, geomantic mapping on a property, which is for Gateway Ranch, is where there's 27 horses that run free and also do healings for humans, I saw the actual concept like the Ringing Cedar here, where there was the pine trees, and I could tell by tuning into the pine tree that pine tree gave its life so that it would be a lightning rod, could be struck by lightning, to burn up on fire, but to bring the energy from heaven and revitalize the earth.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that amazing? So again, this is the sacred, this is the divine feminine, right? And then the seed, which is the electrical field from the lightning, recharges and revigorates the health of the womb of Mother Earth on that property. And then I could see in that area the next tree that was getting ready to do the same thing. I went, whoa, that's amazing, right? So it's just like what happens when a First Nation person goes out hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that they know that animal is ready to give its life and will be there in sacred ceremony to do that. So again, this is this interdependent relationship when we're in harmony with Mother Earth and all living beings, that food source, that sustenance, that web of life is so interconnected through gratitude and spiritual ceremony, and that it just hums, right? It has its own energy to it. So this tree, they ring. That's why it's called the Ringing Cedars. It rings, and it sends out this vibration that it causes it to burst into flame. Anyway, great books, because if you want to know what the Garden of Eden might look like or could look like if we was one with harmony with nature. Now this is, in a place where, if you're thinking of the taiga, which is the northern part of Russia, it's literally untouched, right?
Right.
So, I mean, nature could restore herself pretty quickly. I don't know if you've ever seen any of the pictures from Chernobyl, but they now have films of going back into Chernobyl. There's trees growing through the buildings, and there's, it's just like Mother Nature can heal an area that's been degraded by humans very, very quickly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
have you ever had the pine nuts from those trees? Because I
Oh yeah,
have.
they're very amazing. We actually tried to grow those pine nuts here, but I didn't have any success. It's quite an art to do it, but I would like to do it because I know a pine forest right here, which is up on the edge of we have a waterfall, which is called Margaret Falls, which is, by the way, just opened up because it got damaged because of the high water. And you can walk to the falls, beautiful place, full of orbs. And if you go the path up around behind the falls, there's a whole stretch of pine trees. So I'd love to take the ringing cedar pine and see if it could be grown in the pine forest there.
Can I give you what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
So the earth has to be ready for that vibration because it's so super high. So you're going to have to call in Gaia to match the vibration from Russia to where you want to plant. And it has to be, oh God, I'm getting this wrong. It has to be like a large area, because once they start to grow and they start to reproduce, that it's going to take over that area. So however big you want it to be, and remember that their root systems go very like straight down first.
Yeah.
And so you need to go down farther than the tree would be, and then all the way up to heaven and the land as well, and vibrate by drumming and chanting and asking for Mother Gaia to raise that vibration there. So it has to be very, very mindful and thought out. And of course you can do this. No doubt.
Okay, well, you'll bring the seeds, and I'll bring the dumb, and we'll do ceremony when you fly in with the seeds, and we'll go up to the place and do ceremony and plant them. The neat thing about these pine trees that are already there is I love the fact that you can see what I call the squirrel's table, right? So at the bottom of each tree on the stump is all the pine nuts, right? All in a big pile where he's cracked them open and he's eaten the seeds, and you can just see his table, right? We used to have a pine tree here, which unfortunately came down in a storm, and the squirrel would come down, and you can do his little pile right on the porch, right?
Yeah.
Of where he was eating the nuts.
In fact, remember I told you about the time that we took our trip to Henderson? It was a calling. The man that fed us, he's the one that had the nuts, and it was in a walnut pate that he made for us.
Mm-hmm.
That sustained us for the 4-day trip, 4, 5, 6 day, the 6 days, but the trip out there, that's what we ate. I've never eaten one thing for 3 or 4 days with complete satisfaction. It's just amazing. I just remember that too.
It was walnuts?
I'm sorry?
It was walnut.
It was a walnut pate with with these pine nuts within it. And it was all organic and very, very, very high vibrating.
Yeah, there's something about the cedars, and the cedars are really, they're not, the cedars in Russia are actually the pine trees, just so I know it's a bit confusing. So when they're talking about the ringing cedars of Russia, they're really talking about what we would call a pine tree, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And the pine trees, the one thing that I love about the pine trees is they're on the drier slopes, and also there's lots of grass below them and lots of room for flowers. So it's much more of an open meadow that deer like to browse in. It's much more acidic than other tree areas. The pitch from the pine will start a fire very, very quickly. That's why they can explode on fire with the right conditions. Spontaneous combustion, just like humans, at the right vibration, you can have spontaneous combustion in humans, and you'll end up as seeing as their shoes when it's all said and done. Talking about going up in blazing glory, right?
Yes, that is insane because they do talk about that happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not very common, but it happens. And you're like,
right.
What the heck were you? Oh my goodness, what it would take to combust like that, though?
Right.
What would be the whole makeup of your body and the outside, inside?
Well, there are the Dao masters and others, or Kung Fu masters that can, light with the palm of their hand, light a piece of paper on fire so they can generate that type of heat in their body, right? And I guess if you didn't know how to manage that, I know I've had many clients with Kundalini that is just going crazy and they don't know how to regulate it inside of themselves, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you don't and you got into fear, you could literally burn yourself up.
That's so funny because this morning I was reading a Jewish religious book, and in it was talking about cold being a part of the brain and hot being a part of the heart. So when I do healings, sometimes I'm touching somebody and I'm like, I'll feel super, super cold.
Yeah.
And that's coming, apparently it's clearing out the brain, patterns of the brain. And if my hands get super, super hot, it's working on something that has to do with heart-centeredness.
Interesting. Yeah, I never had that experience.
Oh, you haven't? No? Okay.
Well, I don't really get to work with very many people hands-on. And when I do, they sort of like, whoa, One thing I do like to do is to put my hand on one part of the body and then put it on another so I can create the circuit and feel the energy flow from one hand to the other. That's one of the things I love to do. Or I work on the head, which is really, I just remember we have bars practitioners here. You ever had bars done to you? Anybody run bars?
I have one time, yep.
Well,
yep.
We have bars practitioners here, and that's amazing. So something like bars where you're working on somebody's head and you have somebody at the feet, and then you work on them until they can feel the energy coming out of the feet, so that you know that the whole body has experienced energetic movement.
Yeah.
Or upgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that was an interesting experience. It was interesting for sure.
So do we have anything else? My karate sensei took us out to the woods and had us stand in horse stance with arms out from our shoulders. He then placed sunflower seeds in our palms, had us meditate with 5 minutes of birds were covering us. Wow, I love that. That's from Michael. Amazing, right? Yeah. Okay, Michael wants to talk about the boots to the ground. Yeah, if you want to know all about what we're talking about, working with angels, working with the devic energies, how to work with them in the landscape, how to work with the ringing cedars, how to bring animals to you, how to clear the landscape, how to work with angels, how to do all of that. What is the energy lines, ley lines, standing stones, sacred ceremony. Then join us on Boots on the Ground. It's a 12-month program. There's 12 branches to geomancy. Richard Feather Anderson has granted me permission to use his syllabus, his overview of the 12 branches of geomancy. I wrote him, I said, Richard, you've done such an amazing job. Whatever I do, I'll be replicating this over and over again because you've already done it. Can I use it? And he said, absolutely, you can use my outline. So it'll be completely different. Everybody who teaches this will be different, but there's still the same 12 branches of the same 12 branches. So I'm very excited to do this. And if anybody wants to talk to anybody who's been through this, and not in the form of what we taught this time, is Crystal. Crystal Clear has gone through this course on a one-to-one basis, and she's doing amazing things in the landscape. What she talks about is really like, wow, Crystal, that's amazing. So yeah, so if you want to learn all this, boots on the ground, right? Head over to the Academy and sign up. And if you need a payment plan, let's talk about it. But let's get you started. Let's start singing with the angels and playing with the divas and getting your garden growing and dancing with the fairies. Why not?
All right. And then do you want to talk about today's class?
Yeah. I think we already did, but if you're doing the deep clearing protocol and you're learning how to clear yourself, then when you get clearer, you need to install. So why don't you join this class this afternoon? I'm going to boot open the door and give it to you for free. So come and join us at 10 o'clock. It's I Am Presence, 101 statements of you declaring into the sacred void what you want to manifest in your life, okay?
Perfect.
Okay, so join us at 10. It's the same link as my phone number. So it's 250-803-2480. It'll be about an hour and a half class.
And that's on Zoom.
That's on Zoom.
It's on Zoom. And gosh, I was just going to say something. Shoot.
No, you can't shoot anybody. Not allowed.
Oh, I was going to tell you the time. So it's 10 a.m. Mountain Pacific time, right?
No, it's 10 Pacific.
I said 10, didn't I?
No, you said Mountain.
But it's Pacific Mountain is the same time right now.
No.
Isn't it?
No. You guys, Mountain is 1 hour later than us.
Really?
Yeah, we're on the coast, and you guys are on the other side of the mountain.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is in Arizona. It's the same. I always think of Tony because he's usually on Mountain Time. But because his time never changes now, he's Mountain Time. I apologize.
That's all right. Now that you confused everybody, if you just want to Google what is 10 o'clock Pacific, what time is it for you, then join us. I think Eastern Standard Time would be 4 hours different if I remember correctly.
Well, it's noon my time, Central Time, and 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Okay?
Yeah. So come and join us an hour and a half, and let's go through the 101 different I am statements. So I think we have a few more minutes to go. We got room for one more if anybody would like to join us. Oh, and just to, yeah, Michael, you were talking about what happened with all these animals coming in. That's awesome. And if you really want to learn how to ground, that horse stance that Michael's talking about is very, very powerful. And when we were learning healing, which is the Sacred Body Workshop, we were in that horse stance for 15 to 20 minutes. And our sensei, he wasn't really a sensei, but he was our teacher, said, hold it and keep holding it, because if you don't hold it long enough, I'll have you start all over again. And what you find out is when you can hold that stance and work through it, that when you come together, we did a group healing, and we were able to bring somebody through the healing. The magnifying of the energy when we joined hands was astronomical. So it's the way that you build the Kundalini in your body by grounding yourself in that stance. It clears you out so the birds come to you because you're one with everything around you. It clears you out so the divine can flow through you and provide healing to other people. So
that's wonderful. When are you going to have that class?
That's a Michael class. Ask Michael, when are you going to teach? And Michael does a really good job of this. When are you going to do the basic horse stance? When are you going to teach that? And you can teach that right up there along with Darlene, because Darlene has on the Academy a course on self-massage, right? And that's available. So, and she'd love to do a workshop with everybody and show you how to do it. So
Betcha you would. That's awesome. All right, Darlene. And when is she going to have another?
Well, we had it on, but nobody signed up for it, so we took it off. So
maybe she can come on and on the show next week, and let's have her explain what it is, so that maybe people just don't understand it.
All right, so we'll have Darlene come on Monday morning and talk about it.
Oh, Monday morning. All right.
Well, what is tomorrow?
That's okay with you, Darlene.
It's not today, Friday?
It is.
Yeah, so we're not back on until Monday.
Can you repeat how to get on today's class? Go to Zoom.
Okay, so I'll just give you what it looks like, Akira. I'll read it out to you. Just give me a sec here. So this is what it will look like. It'll be HTTPS. Let me just see if I can just copy this link, and I'll post it in here. Oops. No, it's not going to post in. Let me see here. Copy link. Okay. Paste link. Why is this not pasting into? Okay, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to change this to 250-803-2480. So if you are on Zoom, that's what it looks like.
And you can put it in. You can put it in that code. Go to Zoom. That code.
Yeah, into Zoom. And so it's you just go to Zoom, and it will say what are the numbers, and you'll just put in those numbers, and you'll be on.
Yep, the meeting code is 250-803-2480, and I just put it on the underneath here on the comments, I guess is what we call them on Facebook. I don't know.
Yeah, those are comments, Laura. Comments, and they're on Zoom, and they'll be in the show notes too. All right, I think we're at the top of the hour, so Michael, take us away. So we'll be quiet. Bye for now. See you Monday morning. No, we'll see you on the class in 1 hour.
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half?
No, an hour.
An hour.
An hour. It's 11 now, and it's noon my time.
All right. Don't confuse them anymore. See you all
For
in an
quality
hour.
online wellness products, courses, and services, visit our sponsors, thewellnessstore.ca and the Extraordinary Healing Arts Academy located at thewellnessacademy.ca. To stay in touch, visit us at thewellnessshow.ca. And until next time, be healthy, wealthy, and wise.